Hello Asma, I'm Marcel and I'll be doing the Group 5, the beginning for M1. And what we in Christian did, we set up was for Phase 1. We had M1 running on my host, while Christian had M2, 3, and M4 on his host. So for setting up M1, I had two interfaces for it, one bridge and one NAT. The bridge one is connected to the family controller, which is the same on Christian's computer, and I had NAT as 172.20.26, which is what we calculated for, and the 128. So this is our editor. For the settings that I set up is that you gave it 4 GB, since the whole host only has 16 and I'll need more space, more memory to use for the other machines. I only gave it 4, and I just used a regular CentOS 7 for the image. Now when everything was set up, I have two interfaces, ENS33 and ENS34. ENS33 is the bridge, while ENS34 is the NAT. So I set the bridge one to static, since with the family controller it does not have its own IP address, so I give it its own, and I set the gateway for it as well. And for the NAT, I just set it to DHCP. I do have some other when I try to use static, but in the end I decided to just use DHCP, and so that will create by itself. Now, another thing that I have on this page is also the OpenVPN install. So if this is for the OpenVPN, and after running the script, it asks you some questions, and after you give it the IP address and some extra information such as do you want to give it a password or kind of security for it, it will automatically generate the OpenVPN server for you. You can also run the script again to create new users, and this is what I did as well. When I first created it, yes, right here, the M2, M3, and M4. So we can see that the tunnel is right here running. After all of that was set up, I was working on how to connect between the two interfaces, because NAT has access to the internet and the bridge does not. So I had an IP route. I set up an IP route that all traffic that comes from the bridge goes to the NAT. I also had some firewalls rules created. First for the OpenVPN service, which is important. I also had a masquerade set up, and I also created two forwarding rules, which are in the pictures in the report. Yeah, that's pretty much M1. M2 video will be from Christian. Thank you.